Super dat je weer luistert. Ik ben vandaag niet alleen. Ik heb namelijk een of andere rare vrouw met een watermeloen onder de jurk gevonden. 2 weken geleden kreeg ik op Instagram een goede 250 reacties of ik Elle weer eens in de podcast kon uitnodigen. Dus bij deze betekent alleen wel, de podcast gaat zo over op het Engels. Ze zag het niet zo zitten om dit hele ding in het Nederlands te doen. Je kan op YouTube kijken. Daar heeft hij ondertiteling. Je kan gewoon zoeken YouTube Jury Koning, dan vind je hem wel. En Spotify heeft video en ook daar is ondertiteling. Dus dat zijn je opties. Of je kan gewoon Engels en dan... Maar in ieder geval, er is Nederlands ondertiteling als je hem nodig hebt. Dus wij duiken erin. Question number 1. The weirdest pregnancy craving. I can answer that one. My weirdest pregnancy craving was a healthy diet. I don't have pregnancy craving. What's your weirdest pregnancy craving?
Do you have somewhere to be? Why are you so fast?
Yes. Yes, I have somewhere to be in about 25 minutes where I'm signing the contract of our extra studio so that I...
Okay, I will do the intro and it's like, oh, we're starting already.
Yes, the intro took less than a minute because I can rap if I need to be fast.
Yeah.
So for reference, in about 20 minutes, I have to go to sign the contract of our extra rental studio so that the baby can steal my room and I can move my office to the studio, which is 7 floors below us, so that's very convenient. Anyway, weirdest pregnancy craving. What would that be?
I wouldn't say that it's weird, but it's just donuts and milkshakes. The donut, it's very specific. It needs to be the one from Starbucks. And
the other ones are bad.
Yeah, the chocolate one. If you would give me the honey glazed, I won't eat it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you tried a bunch, and I must admit, I don't like donuts, but the one from Starbucks was actually a lot better than anything else. And your obsession with milkshakes was a bit... It was basically every night, I want a milkshake, and then you don't actually get it every single day because they're like €6 over here, and for a small one. And then after 3 days, I want a milkshake. Okay, I'm gonna get it, and then we would repeat it again for 3 days of wanting it, and then getting it, and then actually wanting it.
Yes, but the milkshake has to come from
Shake Shack, because the other options are again pretty terrible.
Yes.
I have a bunch of questions. Some or most are from Instagram, and some I just added myself because I thought they were funny when I saw them. Who would play us in a movie about our lives, and what would the title be? Who would play us? That's easy. It's Kevin Hart and The Rock, and you would be Kevin Hart.
Very funny. Yes, I don't know. I don't really care about actors, and also let's just do that. Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Nice.
But I would be The Rock because I've always wanted to be as big as him.
That is true. Her fitness goal has always been to be bigger than The Rock.
Yes.
What's one thing you're worried about when it comes to parenting?
Well, I don't really have routines or structure. So, for example, I need to do those things, and then I tend to procrastinate them and just do them whenever it's convenient for me. So I don't think I can get away with that while being a parent, because the baby actually needs to eat. Sometimes I eat only twice a day. Well, we do that regularly, but like very, very long interval. So
yeah, it's not unheard of that you have breakfast at 4 p.m. because you just didn't feel like making it. Things like that. Yes.
That was my weight loss secret.
Yes. Your secret was, I don't feel like going downstairs to make food, and so I will lose weight.
Yeah.
Brilliant. For me, for some reason, as worrying as I can be, as anxious as I can be, I am not worried about the parenting itself whatsoever. I am mostly worried about how the child would affect my slightly obsessive level of routine and structure.
That's a good combination, isn't it?
Yeah, right? So we're exact opposites in that. So I am very, okay, this is when I wake up, this is what I'll do, then this is when I start work, this is how I start my work day, then blah, blah, blah. Everything, I don't have to think throughout the day because thinking is tiring. So anything that I don't have to think about, like blue shirts, is a win. And then there's a baby who is like, okay, but what if we throw a bomb at your schedule? And, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it won't be so bad. But
you can just dump
Dump the kid?
dump the baby to my parents.
That's an option, indeed. I mean, why not? What's a quirk or habit I have that you secretly find endearing or annoying?
Why are you looking at me like what?
I don't know. What's coming?
I don't know. Well, I I like it when you shake your butt for me as a way of saying goodbye before going to have your call.
That's fair.
Yeah, so you would just randomly do that.
Yeah.
And then you won't stop until I notice you.
That's correct. I want acknowledgement for my butt shaking. Yes.
Yes.
I have good dance moves. Should be acknowledged. I'll go with annoying. Complaining or being passive aggressive, and just instead of just saying the thing that you want, you would rather tell me for like 6 times in a row that you're hungry instead of saying, could you make me some food because I don't have the energy or I don't feel like getting up. Could you help? Instead you just,
But
I am hungry. Yes, I've hurt you. Are you gonna do something about it? No, I am hungry.
what if I just want to complain about it,
Don't.
Okay, then I will just not complain anymore. Do you even love?
See, that's the alternative, the black and white thing, where it's either you accept everything or I will never do it again. Yes. Well, there we go. We have 2.
Okay.
What's one thing you hope our child inherits from each of us? Well, not that. I hope it doesn't inherit that.
Why not?
I hope it doesn't inherit my hip structure because I have hips wider than any woman in the world, let alone any man in the world, and it's not nice. I have very wide hips. Inherit from us. Can inherit our cats, but I'm guessing it's about behavior and like genetics and stuff.
Well, I hope that our baby's not gonna be short.
Yes. It would be like somewhere between us would be. I mean, we're 147 and 180.
You're 147.
Yeah, I'm not that tall. That's why I'm Kevin Hart and she is The Rock. Exactly. Inherit from us. I'm not sure. I'd like it to have your skin color more so than mine. I don't want to have a white baby. Like, don't stand out so bad. I know how bad it is to stand out like that. So I hope he doesn't have to do that.
That is. Well, I'm fine with it.
All right.
Yeah.
What's a weird food combination you love that the other person can't stand? I don't think there's really anything like that.
I am not that weird.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, well, there's your tuna mayonnaise sandwich, your Filipino classic cuisine that would make me throw up, but that's more because I just don't like tuna.
You're the weird one. I guess I guess Dutch people would find this weird, but we eat like carbs on carbs.
Yes.
Like those ramen without the soup in it. So we call it pancit canton with rice.
Cup noodles with rice. It makes no sense at all. Yep, that one certainly fits. How do you feel about the physical changes of the past 6 months during pregnancy?
I don't really like it because then, well, first of all, I don't really have energy. Like I will wake up from 11 hours of sleep and still be tired, and then I'm sad that my butt is shrinking, and I feel like since my breasts are growing as well, so it tends to like sag more because it's heavier. So I am really sad about that whenever I see that in the mirror. And then the stretch marks, I really hate that, but I tried putting lotion and creams on it, but I mean, I guess it's just genetics as well. So I can't really do anything about that. So I just have to move on. That's it.
As for me, I tried losing 2 kilos while you have pregnancy cravings. So as far as physical changes goes for me, that was a very stupid idea. Don't try to diet while someone every 2 minutes is saying that she wants to eat a milkshake or a donut. It's quite hard. It's impossible. I've concluded that's for later. It's not like I'm overweight or anything. It's just, it would look really good if I lost about 2 kilos now because I've gained a lot of muscle. Well, not right now. Later. When we have short nights because of a baby, and we'll see. We'll see. What is your biggest regret in life? And I wanted to include it because it reminds me of a funny story. I don't really have big regrets because with everything, I'm pretty like whatever. There was a reason for it. It made sense at the time and move on and whatever. But I was reminded recently, and so it must have been like 2018-ish, 2019 maybe. And I went to Amsterdam by myself for the GD concert, G-Dragon Korean music. No one listening knows what it is. That's all right. And so I went there by myself. It was an evening. And I went there, one, because it's very rare that Korean artists would go to the Netherlands. And I was like, I want to support that. So that keeps happening. And it might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which was correct. He stopped performing for 7 years after that. He just started again. And so I went there, which was great because I had terrible social anxiety that wasn't diagnosed yet. So the whole concert, I was just completely aware of my surroundings and what am I doing here and whatever. But it was great that I was there. But I came there because I wanted to hear one particular song live. Thing is, I had PT sessions the morning after, and the concert would end at like 11 or 12 midnight. And then I would still have to travel home from Amsterdam. And so there was like the whole, okay, last song, blah, blah, blah. And then he walks off stage. But when a concert ends, they always have like their thank you, blah. That wasn't there. So I was like, okay, that was the final song. Awesome. I'm out of here sprinting for the train so I can still catch the second to last train. And I would be home a bit earlier, still get some sleep and not be a disaster the day after. Because social anxiety, I felt it was completely unheard of, impossible to say, hey guys, I'm at a concert tonight. I won't be there at 8:30, 9 a.m. for PT tomorrow. Can't do that for whatever reason in my brain. So I left there and later saw the YouTube videos of the concert. And guess what was performed right after I had left? The song that I actually came there for. On one hand, that's a bit sad. On the other, makes for a memorable experience and a good life lesson to, fuck social anxiety. Glad I dealt with it and I can cope and behave like a normal human being now. Yep, so that's my story.
That's cool. Maybe you can listen to it live next time because he's back to doing music again.
Maybe, but I think I've also concluded that concerts just really aren't for me. I don't enjoy it.
Like, I would really want to see Bruno Mars and Taylor Swift live, but I really find it annoying to prepare those and the traffic and a lot of people screaming in my ears. I don't like that.
Exactly. It's like you get worse audio quality. You can barely see the artist. There's a lot of downsides, with the only upside of being able to say, yeah, I was there. Well, I can say that, but no one knows who the artist is. So, like, what's the point? I like this. If we started a business together, what would it be?
Isn't this?
No, we didn't start this together. I was already doing it, and you're like, well, okay, if I can help, then sure, I'll do it. For reference, she does all the behind the scenes stuff. Like, I will write the email, she will schedule it. We will record this podcast, I will edit it, she will make sure that it actually goes live and things like that. But what if we started fresh? What would we do?
We can sell Capsalon.
Capsalon. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It's just pathetic that there's no good garlic sauce here. And don't give me your nonsense. Oh, you can make it yourself. No, you cannot make a garlic sauce as good at as the stuff that they use at the actual places selling Capsalon. And two, the meat that they use, just one, the spices, but also just like the type of meat, it's just nowhere here. I have not seen anyone selling it. So any kebab or whatever you're buying, it's just like, it's not it. So that would be a really good business, one that might actually have a chance if we don't just become severely obese from eating Capsalon every day. Shout out to Bean for running a Domino's while losing something like 40 or 50 kilos. Impressive story. She's like episode number 60, I think, when I had her on. I was on her podcast a few weeks ago, actually. You should listen to that if you haven't. On Bean to Go is what she calls it. Anyway, we could sell cat clothing was my initial idea. Yeah, we can sell cat clothing.
But then
We have stupid cats that can pose in it.
they don't like it though.
Yeah, hot dog tolerates
Only
anything.
the hot dogs.
Exactly, but she's a black cat, so it's...
Have you seen the video? I think they're Indonesian. They're also selling cat clothes, and their cat is just stationary there, just staring at the camera. Just you can do whatever. You can change the clothes, and he won't. He won't really leave. That's really cool.
Oh, our cats are the opposite, unfortunately. What's one parenting value or principle we both absolutely agree on? Behave in public.
Yes.
Yeah, I will not tolerate tantrums in public. You can be super angry and pissed at home. You can struggle and disagree while outside, but not gonna happen. And so a lot of people listening right now are gonna feel a certain way about that. I don't give up. Behave in public. Don't be an embarrassment. I can bring you to the bathroom. You can shout in there. I don't care. But we're not doing the whole lying on the floor and slamming my fists. I will lie next to you, do the same, and embarrass you harder.
I will leave.
Yeah,
I will just leave you too. I don't know them.
Yep. So that.
Yeah, I was also raised like make a scene outside. You would feel that my grandma is just pinching me at the back, like, and then she would tell me not to cry out loud, because if I cry, she would give me a better reason to cry about at home.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would usually get pulled by the ears or ears twisted or grabbed by the neck. Just anything that won't be like, shut up, behave, and we'll deal with this later. Thanks, Mom. How do you think becoming parents will change us as individuals and as a couple? I'm not sure. As individuals, I don't know, more like less time for ourselves as an individual, because a lot of time and energy is going to this baby.
Yes. But at the same time, I also don't really want to lose myself. It's like, I don't want to be the sole identity would be a mother. That is just, I don't want that to happen to me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I guess we will see.
All right, I got two more. If you could pick one skill or talent for our child to excel at, what would it be and why? Playing piano, because he's Asian.
I was gonna say I want him to be really good at singing, so it would be like on brand, because they say that you're not really Filipino if you don't sing well.
Pretty good. So he needs to play piano and sing well, and ideally by the age of 6, because it will be a nice trick that we can show off. Yeah.
Oh, I used to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like my grandma, because before I was 7, I was with my grandma. So my grandma was pretty social. Every gathering, she's there. And then when there are people, she would be like, "Oh, my granddaughter can play piano." And I was like, just trying to blend in the background. And then she would tell me, "Oh, play that thing. And I was like, "I only know one song." And then I would play it, and then everyone would clap. It's like, "Okay, can I go now?" It was not nice. It's like showing, "Oh, my dog can do this trick."
That's how I always felt when people were like, "Oh, you're studying this in this language. Can you say something in that language?" And I'm like, I'm not a dog doing tricks, and I could make any random sound right now, and you'd be like, "Oh, wow, what does that mean?" Absolutely nothing. Here, I learned Filipino. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing, of course. What the hell? So I always find that really annoying when people do that. Sadly, I'm just jealous because I don't really have any tricks other than that I don't really have a gag reflex, but that's just always awkward when I show it off. Like, oh yeah, look, I have a spoon, and then I shove it down my throat, and people are like, oh, that's pretty weird.
What about dancing? Your mom didn't ask you to dance in front of the guests?
No.
Yeah, I did that too.
I was more like, I was more like the kid of like, can you just be calm and behave and go do your own thing? That's fine. Just go do your own thing. Yeah, I was a bit interesting. I was an interesting child. I have one more. What is something that we do different as a couple that others should copy and learn from?
We really don't yell at each other. I think that's
True.
a really good thing to practice. It's like when you're angry, you gotta breathe a little, and then I just really don't like it when especially couples when you're supposed to be um like you got each other's back and all that, and then you whenever you're arguing you would be yelling at each other and cussing each other. I think that's very disrespectful.
I think part of the, well, for one, I don't really yell in general, but also because we had like 5 years of long distance, we had to argue over text mostly. So there's not a whole lot of yelling possible to begin with, which fits my answer well. One thing we did to entertain ourselves during those 5 years was a lot of like the couples apps that will ask you questions and stuff, which is basically just a form of journaling together, which is something that I can definitely recommend. Most of the apps absolutely suck. We still have one. I don't even know the name, nor would I really recommend it. It's fine, but other than that, that's it. But having something like that is very good. It's something fun you can do together. You uh, learn things about each other. It's, I don't know, it's a nice bonding experience, and it's very low effort. I mean, it's, you're on your phone anyway. Don't fool me like you're not. And every day it's like 3 minutes to answer a question. Then you see each other's, yeah, what? That you missed it for like 5 weeks. Yeah, it's very little. Spends probably 4 hours a day on her phone, but
You want to talk about this? You want to tell me something? It feels like you're
no,
complaining about it.
no, it was just top of mind because you actually used it this morning. So it was top of mind. But yeah, I think a form of journaling together in that way is very good. I mean, journaling in general is good. It's just hard to pick a structure or a method that works for you and you can stick to. This is one that, generally speaking, works for us and we can stick to. I mean, on one hand, yes, it's been a while since you actually answered it. On the other hand, we've been on and off with things like this for like 8 years at this point, so works pretty well.
It is nice because they come up with questions on a deeper level, like that you wouldn't really think about.
Yes.
So,
agreed. Anything you want to add before I have to go downstairs and sign our contract for a unit that I saw yesterday and I'm committing to a year of, and because that's how we roll over here. Anything you want to add?
Nothing much.
Okay. Well, then we'll see you again in 3 months with a crying baby in your hands.
That
won't work. Yeah, that's a bit fast as well.
Yeah.
We'll try again in maybe 6 months or a bit longer. And thank you for listening. I hope the Dutch subs are working. Otherwise, I have a lot of angry people on Instagram who are like, it's in English and I cannot follow English. I'm sorry. She doesn't want to do Dutch. She's hiding her talent. She's fluent. Can you say schaap for the people?
What?
Schaap.
Schaap.
Yes. Thanks for listening. And a nice test to see if my mom actually listens to these, because I found it funny to just not tell her the gender yet. We're having a boy. So if she listens to this, then awesome. And if not, then well, no, she still doesn't know the gender, even though she could have. So I would find that funny.
I actually tried because earlier I mentioned he, and it's like, oh, are we announcing it yet? But I don't really care. My family already knows it.
I mean, when I texted her about we were looking for clothing, I was like, everything only has dinosaurs. And she's like, well, that depends on what gender you're looking for. I'm like, yeah. So if I think she figured it out. But anyway, we're looking for good blue shirts for our baby at the moment. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
I won't see anyone, but